This is a demonstration of the Jenkow version 0.3 plugin and the Activiti Explorer, which can be used to edit workflows. So the first thing is, of course, I'm logging into my little Jenkins instance and installing the plugin through the plugin manager. There is now several options. There is the Jenkow core plugin, which brings in the BPMN workflow integration. There is the Jenkow Activity Designer, which allows to install the Activity Designer into Eclipse. And there is, as a separate plugin, also the Jenkow Activiti Explorer. By installing the Activiti Explorer, automatically the Jenkow plugin itself will be installed, because the Activiti Explorer depends on the Jenkow plugin. I simply click download and install, and I want to restart Jenkins automatically. This may take a little bit because of the size of these plugins. After all, the Jenkow Activiti Explorer comes with entire Activiti web GUI, so we just have to wait through that. The sizes are about the Jenkow plugin, the Jenkow core plugin itself is about 16 megabyte in size, and the Jenkow Activiti Explorer plugin is 37 megabyte. Jenkins is now restarting. It also takes a few more seconds until it's up again. So now we can see here two new links. We see the Jenkow link and we see the Activiti Explorer link. In order to use Activiti Explorer, it's helpful to be logged in as somebody. So I'm logging in again, and let's take a look into the Activiti Explorer in a new tab. So this is here the regular Activiti Explorer user interface, and so far we don't have any processes accessible. The easiest way to create an initial workflow or process is in Jenkins itself. Let's create a new job. Let's call it a first job. It should be a freestyle software project. Maven currently is not working for this. Actually, no, it also could be done. And then as build step, we choose here BPMN workflow, and we put in a workflow name. So let's say first workflow. I hit the tab key, and now this button allows me to create a new workflow. Was created. I hit the save button, and we can see here now a diagram of this initial workflow. We can run it by hitting build now, and let's watch the console output. We see that the script task gets executed and something happens. So now we want to actually make some modifications to this workflow. We go into the Activiti Explorer, refresh the processes page, and now here we can see this new workflow named first workflow. we have, in order to make modifications to it, we have to first convert this process into an editable model. And now the Activiti Modeler starts up. It's we see on the left hand side the palette of all the various elements which we can use, and on the right hand side is attributes about a selected entity. So let's for now make a very simple change. Let's change the title to do something real, and the actual script, what we're doing is something else. Now, important is I need to save it. I can give a description about this, and then I close the modeler. And here comes now the important part. I need to deploy this process again. So now I can go back to Jenkins, can refresh this page here. We see some change, and let's hit build now. And we can see now that the script task was outputting the changed message. Now let's get a little bit more fancy and also add a Jenkins task into that diagram. So there's down here in the palette on the left hand side is this Jenkins task. I drag and drop it onto the workspace, and can give it a name. Call it launch task, launch job, and most importantly the name of the job to be launched, let's call it here launchy, and I put it into the topology. And again I save it. And deploy it. Now I can go back to Jenkins. As you can see, that changed diagram already shows up because we are making use of a new job called launchy. Let's create this here. Let's also make it just a freestyle. And it's doing some heavy work, and then it has to sleep for 15 seconds, let's say. I'm kicking now that workflow job. And we can see now here this long ID, generated ID of this Jenkins task. And the launchy is being started. If I go here, I can actually see that the launchy is doing something. And once the launchy is done, the workflow is also finished. So this concludes the demo of the Activiti Explorer and the Activiti Modeler.